Blizzard have undermined World of Warcraft for good. Patch 11.1, which is called Undermined. That, as T&E pointed out, brings back a really nice trend, which is more bespokely designed patch logos.
Yeah, there's an element of having just a little bit of soul to your patch.
A bit of spunk.
That, you know, you sit down and the artist goes, oh, can I do something really cool? And you're like, yeah. And then everyone sees it and goes, that's really cool. And everyone's happier.
And everyone's happier.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
The more you get cool things, the more happy you are. That's just how life works.
It helps, enough. You know what? It helps give it a bit of character.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you look at it and go,
with
that's new. That's like, I really liked this one. I really liked it. I actually did like quite a few of them, but they are...
Oh, these are nice within the context of what they are.
Yeah,
but,
they are. Like this one is just, here's the Shadowlandy stuff here. It's fine. Here's that. Yeah, it's fine.
Wow,
it's
Shadowlands sucks. What a surprise.
Yeah, and there's, you know, that, like, it's all nice within the context of, but it is a circle. This time they're like, what if we do way more cool?
Yeah, going back to Legion.
Way more cool.
In terms, though, of things that we can play and do. Right. Warband camp collections. We don't exactly know what these will be, but whenever you log into World of Warcraft, you will have your 4 favorite characters that are currently positioned in a jungle somewhere. Where is the jungle? Is it a jungle? Is it a forest? Where is it?
I'm pretty sure it's like a forest clearing.
Where?
I'm sure people have found out.
Okay, I've never known.
I think people actually did look for where it actually is in the world, or close to it.
Yeah, I want to know even what tile set it is. But anyway, right, so there's that. We'll be able to collect other ones. We do know at one point Blizzard showed off a mock-up where it was like Dragon Isles Titan architecture assets. Yeah. I imagine that this is, well, the best version of this.
Azure Span, people are saying.
Okay.
Azure Span, which completely works with the color of green and the color of soil there, yeah.
The best version of this would be decently customizable, you know? Change the tents, change the campfire. I definitely doubt it'll be that. I've got to imagine this will be more... Well, in my head, the thing that makes sense is per expansion ones and then meta achievement ones.
That would be the cool one.
When I say meta achievement, I don't mean the full-on, you need to shackle your whole life and complete every single thing in the expansion. I don't mean those crazy meta achievements, but just stuff like if you get whatever zone achievement, get something in that zone as your camp. So the more of this, the merrier, I would basically say. I think this is a really cool type of collectible. And really, oh God, when I say the more the merrier, like give me these for a dungeon or a raid or something. That would actually be kind of motivational. I mean, look, if I got one of these that was set in Nerubar, I probably wouldn't use it because I'm not big spiders. I mean, I don't mean that in a, oh no, spiders. I just, architecture doesn't really do as much for me. But like, if you told me, say Antorus, you could go and, you know, do Antorus and pick up the Antorus collection or the Antorus like background for your login screen. That would be really sick, right? So I think this is just a really good type of evergreen reward. The more the merrier. I think they could cook with this pretty hard if they wanted to.
Yeah, I think for some kinds of players, it'd be hard to get a unified kind of theme across because some people play different races, different like classes, things like that. But there's definitely certain people like me at times where now it's a little bit more diverse. But
I understand you want to be able to set up like the Draenei orgy.
I wasn't going to go with that one.
Whoops.
I was going to go with...
Wrong type of WoW player.
I was going to go with my Draenei sitting nicely in the Vindicar. It would be nice. That would be enjoyable. Or, you know, something like that. Yes. Or a bunch of Night Elves in Belemeth would be enjoyable. I want to see my max level druids training low level druids in the background. Now, that kind of scene work would be genuinely insane.
That's way too custom. That would be insane. It would be great, but too custom.
Yeah, just like Frankenberry saying, I want my men to ride each other on the character screen. You're going to have to mod that in, to be honest with you.
Well, there you go. Something for the modding scene to do.
I want to ride my druid on my DK. I mean, that's... Sure. I think they call that self something, but...
Do you know there's one man who can fix all of this? Peter Yu. Because a lot of that you can actually set up in the Narcissus add-on.
Yes.
You may have to use a little bit of your imagination for some of the things that you want. But if you want to orient and position models in certain places, such as your druid and your warrior, it can be done. There are ways. Next then, though, to move on from that feature, we've got the liberation of Undermine.
Will we kill Gallywix? Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
please.
he's been around for too long.
Get rid of him.
He's been around for too long.
Now, I actually, just looking at this, right,
God,
I'm thinking of Mimeron, number one. I'm thinking of the Motherlode, thinking of Mimeron. I think that the Goblin theme, with all of their technology, Siegecrafter Black Fuse and the Scorpion from Siege of Orgrimmar, let's go. I think about all of that. Oh my god, remember you're doing the Siegecrafter Black Fuse and then you get yote onto the flipping assembly line, you gotta run to the other end of the assembly line. Oh my god, 2014, what a time. Mob Classics coming out, yay. Anyway, I think the Goblins lend themselves to raid mechanics really well. Like, you've got your layers you've got your technology, your conveyor belts, in the same way, like the Iron Horde. Of course, the Iron Horde had loads of Goblin technology. You get, I know for a lot of people, Operator Throgar, which was the train raid boss, like for some people, there wasn't really randomness to it, so it was just a very boring dance fight. But I would say that the fantasy of it is important. So
more important than the mechanics half the time.
Yeah, so like Operator Throgar may have been simple in some ways, and people would have just been like, oh, I don't care that it's a train, it's just a different type of void zone that I don't stand in. No, I think the fantasy really
those
matters.
people are soulless and need to fix their lives.
It would be great to be one of them, because you could just download Aim Trainer and then you wouldn't need to buy a single FPS ever again. So I actually am kind of down for this. Even just seeing we got a big mech.
Yeah, I really
Tyrannosaurus.
love you've got the dinosaur versus gorilla, which is interesting because it sparks back memories of BFA.
Oh my god.
Remember the Kajimite gorilla that was intelligent and was sad, yeah.
It's Godzilla versus Kong. No!
Yeah, it is. So, like, a raid being these two bosses that are fighting each other while you're doing stuff here is such a fun idea. This guy looks like he's drifting. Which
more on that later.
Yeah, more on that later. That'll be very, very, very interesting to actually play around. And I think that it being called the Liberation of Undermine is so good. I love the more description you can get in the titles, the more things you kind of go, okay, well, here's context for being in the raid.
Do you know what I'd say? What? It's about it being active.
Yeah, it's a verb. It's a verb.
Yeah, well, you've got active voice and passive voice.
Yeah.
When you think about really good raids, like Siege or Battle for Dazar'alor, that was a really cool raid because it felt so motivated.
It wasn't just Dazar'alor.
Yeah, it wasn't just, that's the enemies. This is literally, we're going to go into his house and kill him, but you know the way a raid can sometimes just be...
Liberation, or as I call it, murder.
The boss lives over there, go into his house and kill him. If in this case, we're fighting through the streets and then we fight our way into... for some reason, the image of the raid on Saddam Hussein's house from Hot Shots Part 2 is in my head. Classic movie. Charlie Sheen art house banger. For whatever reason, I think it's better for a raid thing.
Yeah, I like that. I know Ian said he would rather it's too wordy and generic, but calling it the Gladium, like, no, sorry. Incorrect. Liberation implies so much to it.
There you go. Matt versus Ian Bates, the fight of the century.
Yeah, it would be a little bit like Mike Tyson versus Logan Paul, to be honest. I can't. I'm not going to watch that fight, but I'm going to see the results and think it's very funny. If it goes away, I think it will. Anyway, yes, now it's time to fire Gallywix's pride event at long last. We can fire it. Sadly, the Undermine's underground, so I don't think we can shoot his own place with it.
Oh, I love it. Do a raid to kill a Horde faction leader.
He's not a Horde faction leader. He was until he was booted out for being a dickhead, basically.
To be honest, I never felt that Gallywix made sense as a Horde faction leader. He didn't mesh with any of the Horde values, and
that's why he was ousted.
I never actually liked how the Goblins were integrated in Cataclysm.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Cataclysm was a total narrative shit show. It was a tonal shit show as well. And I think World of Warcraft storytelling got really confused when it just, like, it turned from people are being, yes, there's jokes in WoW, but like with Vanilla, TBC, and Wrath, being actually a bit self-serious about their world with a few jokes, to just...
Oopsie.
Now they have all turned from ambitious creatives into dads who want to make jokes. that's what the transition from Wrath to Kata felt like to me. And I think
the kind of being satisfied on top of the world kind of vibe came through a lot there.
Yeah.
Very hubristic writing, I think. In a bunch of ways. Even like the Goblin specifically, I think. There's a reason Ian went to such lengths to talk about how, we're going to actually learn about the Goblins and learn more about their culture and society and what they're capable of. I think was very, very welcome to a lot of people, because otherwise the problem with them is that they are kind of flanderized. They're just, and what are they? Haha, explosions. Haha, New York accents. Haha, money. And you're like, okay, cool. I think it's maybe a little preachy in the short story before Goblin, the Goblin Way. I think that one's a little bit preachy in terms of, we should love the environment and stuff, which is obviously like the theme matches. It's just the presentation was a wee bit harsh. I think that seeing how this goes down here will be a lot better. I think with the liberation of Undermine being like, because obviously remember they were all literally Gallywix' slaves. He kind of tricked them into being slaves at the end of Kazan. That's how that actually went down. That's how they all managed to get away. So that, I think, works really well. That they're going to do that. And they're going to do that in a fun way by letting us actually pick, it seems, a cartel.
Yeah.
Which one you align yourself with is up to you. I think that is genuinely excellent. A little bit of Steamweedle, Blackwater, Bilgewater, and the Venture Company.
Being able to align... Venture Company. I kind of want to align with them. I'll definitely have a character that aligns with them.
Yes, so this is where I want to take a very, 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 very small kind of thing about it and talk about them. Because we've got the Steamweedle, obviously that's Maranaga fuckers. Mm-hmm. We've got the Blackwater Cartel, they were the Blackwater Raiders. They were a part of the Steamweedle, now they're a cartel in their own. I think that was the Renzik the Shivs crew, I think. I can't fully remember. There's a Bilgewater Cartel, which was obviously, that's Monty's. Monty Gaslow and his Grease Monkeys do that. The Venture Company, who is run by Yes?
Yes?
It was Razdunk, and he became giant and died.
What was that?
Was Razdunk the one in... Oh my god, what's it called? Am I confusing this? Was Razdunk the one in Stonecore, or is he someone else?
A Steam Warrior is the founder and ruler of the Venture Company. Was the leader.
He's dead.
Died in the Motherlode.
The Motherlode, that's what it was. Yes.
And their main leader is currently confirmed to be unknown.
Yep. So who's that going to be? Is the question. We don't know. The only one that's not tied to any of these is, I think it's Revelgaz, and he's kind of a outlier, I think. So it's hard to know, but here are our characters. He did say and more, and then showed a picture of a goblin we don't know. And I thought, oh, that must be Jenny Boombuckle. And then I looked and went, oh, it's not Jenny. Oh, shit. But I think that Jenny Boombuckle being the character that we met in Ashgahet.
I hope she dies because her buckle explodes.
That will be really funny.
There's something about fantasy names. You know, my name was... I was born as Michael Microphone Speaker.
Yes, of course. Yeah. So you're right pointing out that Goldie Baronbottom was doing stuff for the Venture Company, and then we unceremoniously ended her career, among other things, in the Cinderbrew Meadery, which is then kind of, I think the story of the Venture Company is going to be the story we get of the redemption, because we align ourselves with the Venture Company. And this doesn't appear to be we pick one and fight the other three. Yeah. It appears to be we pick one and further their goals in some capacity.
Hey, if you give me the plot line, hey Michael, you're going to save capitalism. Oh, let's go!
Yeah, I think that's probably the case where
we will. That me and the Venture Company are going to go to war with those damn red gnomes.
Yeah,
can't wait.
Of course, Gaslow's going to, whatever Boombuckle maybe come up from the bottom, inspired by Gaslow, take over the Venture Company, will help her, will install her as a leader, and they'll be changed in that way for the better, which will be very, very, very fun. I think it looks like a cool zone. I'm gonna be interested in getting around it, obviously, because it looks quite nice. Seeing all of the ability they'll have to put cool things in, because it's an actual city with a lot of the kind of historical stuff. There's no mention of Kajamak in any way, which is going to be fun if they build that up. But I think we're going to have a little bit of almost like a Mecha Gunny moment where we get to see an awful lot of cool technology in the setting for a change compared to other things. But then there's when we have the other thing down here, which is the other part of the patch is...
What's he collecting in that cup?
Nothing. It's just a big cool thing. But this looks... Okay, well, what's this got to do with Undermine or the Goblins or anything like that? Oh, it's got that to do with it.
Oh my god, is this some resource extraction?
This appears to be... There was a Kajimite Cola in the 11.0.7 patch scenes. You're correct. There was a Kajimite Cola in one of them, and there's an empty can you bring and take to an NPC, which is all leading towards the same thing. But, yes, so there's a Goblin building here. And it's probably on the periphery of Undermine in some capacity, but it's doing stuff to this. So what is Gallywix doing with the Black Blood? Because he's going to be gathering it up.
Oh, so remember, Xalatath is connected somehow. I wonder if they'll do anything with the Tazoesh thing. Maybe that was a plan. Maybe they're just going to flip and kill it now. Of course, there's the Dark Fuse, which, we remember the Dark Fuse from the Ringing Deeps. And Xalatath's generally her MO is to give somebody actually what they want. Yeah. Then there's usually some sort of monkey paw curling involved.
Big time. That was her whole MO with basically every character so far was, oh, you have a problem? I will solve it. Oh, ironic consequence. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, the Ringing Deep's awakening machine turned out Scarton. Bet you didn't see that coming, Eirik. Oh, what's that answer, Ek? Your army belonged to me and they betrayed you the last second. Uh-oh, bet you never saw that one coming. Did you ever hear of you know what? World of Warcraft characters should all really read Faust.
They should?
They should go through that and go...
That doesn't exist in World of Warcraft.
That's the problem, yeah. That's a problem. Okay, we should... We
need to bring the real world into Azeroth, Matt.
Yeah. Oh my god, what's this?
Don't say that too loudly.
What's the song? I cannot... What's the name of the song with the violin battle against the devil? I can't remember the name of the song.
But that.
It's that, but that's the American version where, oh, what's that, a deal with the devil? And we win anyway because we're so cool. God, Americans are amazing.